Listen, man, I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time.
And there you go.
Hey, people, what's up?
I
Ready
didn't even
for
get.
them?
I just got off a work call. I came running over. I didn't get my coffee cup is empty. I was gonna get a glass of wine. Like it was gonna be a whole mood, and I didn't even.
You,
Maybe that's what I should
you
have been doing while I was waiting for you to show up. Go get
you
me my
needed
glass
some
of wine.
time. You need
I
some
did.
time. You
I
want me to
did.
talk? You want me to talk to the people? Because my wine is accessible right here.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, you go. You go do that, and I'm gonna go get me a glass of wine, and I'll be right back.
well, this is the Tea with Tea with, I know Tamara already introduced herself. I am the other half of the T with TNT, T Douglas, pronouns he and him. Um, like she said, she is, I don't know if she told y'all, but she's in Florida. I am in New York. And it's February. So
Okay, we're in
History
business.
Happy Black History Month for sure.
Happy Black History Month. Oh, look. So with our tea with TNT, we can have a coffee cup. With our splash, we can have we can have shots. Perfect.
But yes, happy Black History Month, people.
Happy Black History Month. I know that's always usually a busy month for you. I feel like you be at all the things.
You know, I try to be at all the things. Um, all the Black History Month things. If y'all are in my part of the world of New York, make sure y'all get down to um the NAC, and that is the Niagara Falls Community Cultural Center. They have a amazing Black History exhibit going on right now. So yeah, make sure y'all get down there. It's actually very dope. They have one every year, and this year it is definitely curated by our one and only Miss Ari Moore. So make sure you
Ah,
get down there if y'all
we
in
love
the
her.
area of the NAC, and that's in Niagara Falls, New York. So take a little drive down there, see the sights. I mean the water, because go to the NAC and then go home. And if you ever been to Niagara Falls before, you know why I said that.
It's pretty much all there is.
I grew
Go
up
to the
there.
casino. You go to the
I
casino.
just and in all honesty, I just came from there 30 minutes ago.
Mm.
I did. My great
You had to go get the
nephew.
dog.
No, my great nephew, he turned 3. So
Aw.
yeah, I had to go down there.
The cute little bad looking one.
They all cute and bad. The cuter they are, the badder they are. That is my motto for
That's a
all
whole.
kids.
That is
Um,
a whole fact.
if y'all happen to be friends with me, I share his little fireman video. You know, kids, they
I
firemen.
gotta go look at it.
It
I
was
gotta
cool.
go
It
look
was
at it.
cool. I definitely had to go down and see him because for a long time he didn't think I was a real person. I don't know if I ever told you this story.
No.
So he's one of those, iPad babies. So he watches me on like
Oh
my
yeah, he would have been a COVID kid, right?
so he watches like me on his iPad, so like my TikTok reels and stuff like that. So for a long time when I would come around, he would just be like, and then I had to ask my niece,
Came
like,
out the box.
why is your baby looking at me like that? And she like, well, he doesn't expect you to be here in real life. He used to seeing you in a box. So like, yeah. So now I gotta
Got
come
it.
more, and it was his birthday. Had a great time. Of course, there was cake.
Was there cake? I was under. He loves any occasion that has to do with cake.
Definitely. But yes, so I just came from Niagara
We are
Falls, but
cake people.
right. So if you know why I said, if go there, see what you gotta see, do your business, and then head back to where you came from.
Not to mention the fact it's probably subarctic at this point.
It is very cold. But no, no, no. Today it was like 30. So, there's that.
That's not very cold.
Listen, I've been dealing with -2 degree wind chill. So
Mm.
32 is
It's
like,
so
ooh, I got up, it
it's
was
so
kind
funny.
of warm.
So I lived my whole life in New York, in upstate New York, and then moved down here, down south, like 5-ish years ago. And my kids were still little. So it used to be so funny. They used to tell their friends down here, like, and we went to school and it was only 3 degrees. And they'd be like, that's not even real. Like kids down here think snow is imaginary, like on some TV shit. And they my 16-year old still be like, and it was only they made us go to you made us go to school when it was 10 degrees. And I'm like, it was always 10 degrees. Like you could not go to school in the winter. Like what that we didn't go to school for that, honey.
Yeah, honestly, when I was a kid, I don't remember too many snow days. I'm
Oh,
just,
I do. We used to
I
stay with
don't.
some I went to the one school in the district, the one school district like in the city that never closed, but that snow was crazy. Snow back then was crazy. Like they don't even get snow like we used to. God, that made me sound old. Like we used to when I was a kid. It don't even snow like that no more.
I don't
Last
remember.
winter, I felt like was the first winter that it really was like snowy, snowy.
Where was I at last? You know what? I don't think I was in New York too much
I was
last
about to,
winter.
I was about to
I
say some
just,
shit that I would have wished I could have pulled right back in, boy.
no, last winter,
I was like, I know where you were last winter.
I did a lot of traveling last winter, so
Mm-hmm.
I was all over last winter.
He was a
Uh,
road warrior last winter.
yeah, yeah, it was a very busy season for me. So, but this winter is a lot slower, so that's cool. Although I have been doing a lot of traveling too,
You
just
have
more road trips. So,
more road trips, different direction.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, hey y'all, what's up?
Hey y'all. Okay, so if you haven't been with us in a while or you are new to Tea with TNT, we actually do a podcast. You can find it on all your favorite places to watch podcast or listen/watch the podcast on YouTube, on Substack, on Apple Podcasts, all the things. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find us there. Subscribe, get all the good stuff to tea. But we come to Facebook Live or Instagram Live, depending on how Meta is treating us that day. And just kind of give you a splash. So that's the tea. This is the splash. We talk about the stuff that we're going to talk about in the full podcast and give you an opportunity to comment, ask questions. We go crazy on the rewatch. Like it might be 12, 15 people watching while we're live, but we usually have like 5, 6, 700 rewatches after the fact. So if you're watching this after the fact when we're not live, feel free to add your thoughts, your questions, because we take those things and that's what we talk about when we get on the podcast. So this doesn't work without y'all, without the audience. And so make sure you drop what you think, what you hear, what you want to know, what you want to say, what you want to comment, even if you are not watching live, so that we can talk about it on the podcast.
Well, anyway, right now.
Damn, he said, fuck me. All right.
No, I'm
I
just
guess you
saying.
don't like my spiel.
I love your spiel. I just feel like we might as well just get into the splash.
All
Whoa,
right. Where we starting?
that must have been quite a meeting you had before this.
Oh, honey, I'm gonna call you later and tell you all about the meeting I just had because you will be fascinated with the meeting I just had.
Because that wine was like, "Goop."
Hmm. If I wasn't on this live, it probably would be gone by now.
All right.
Should have
Oh,
had the wine during the phone call.
okay. So you gonna so what's
We'll talk
going
about
on
that later.
what's going on in your part of the world right now? What
Um, well, it's legislative season everywhere. So obviously that's a big deal no matter where you are, because this is the time of year where all of the crazy bills and anti-trans legislation, anti-LGBT legislation gets introduced to the different state bodies. Um, so all the crazies can try to run us off the planet and all such nonsense. So the equality blanks and all the organizations have their lobby days during this time of year. Typically, I would be up at the Capitol 2 weeks ago for our Trans March and for lobby days, but I was stranded in DC, so that didn't happen. So I was there in spirit. But all the organizations are still one by one going up to the Capitol, having marches up there, having conversations with legislators. I think I saw in New York, in Albany, they've been doing lobby days and caucuses and things up there as well. So New York and Florida, where I pay the most attention to because it's where I'm from and where I'm at. But really, all over the country, people are doing that work on top of fighting legislation of all the nutty things that are happening, regardless, that are above and beyond just legislative season with the pushback against the administration, with the immigration things and anti-trans legislation and tariffs and Epstein files and other things on a federal level. So it is definitely wild political times, which makes it very ironic that this is it's President's Day. Happy dead presidents and maybe Obama president,
I,
because those are
I
the
don't
only ones that
know.
I
For
personally
me,
recognize.
it's Obama Day.
Amen.
This is why I'm not at work today because it was Happy Obama Day. I don't know
Happy
about
Obama
all the
Day.
rest of them presidents that came before
Cheers.
him, and in my eyes, nobody came after him. So
My president is still black in my
I'm,
heart.
in my heart, it's happy. Oh, I'm gonna just make it the Obama's Day because
Okay,
Michelle,
both of them. Both of
like
them.
let's put her in here too. So this is why I didn't work today because it is in my mind National Obama and Barack and Michelle Day.
It's the
Um,
Obama's day.
it's the
Yes,
Obama's Day.
all facts. I
Yeah.
will start with one thing I saw today that had me in a full tizzy because there are people already starting. So I am personally extremely leftist in my ideals. In my belief system and the world that I would create, I am extremely left, extremely left. Like Mandami, I was down here partying like I had gotten to vote for him and had elected him. Because even when I was in New York, I wouldn't have been voting for him because I was way up in Rochester. So, but I was so excited to see him. I love having a candidate that one is standing by so much of what he said he was going to do, but also, is strongly in support of the trans community, the LGBTQ community, the immigrant populations, the working class people. Like that's the campaign he ran on, and within like a week he had already gotten free childcare, like happening. Like he's doing what he said he was going to do. So if I got to pick a candidate, mold one out of clay, that's what all the candidates on the left side, on the Democratic side, would look like. However, with that being said, I'm already seeing the rhetoric starting to kick around about like leftists not supporting the Democratic candidate for the midterms and for the eventual presidential election. And I feel like all that third party voting and cherry picking specific causes, like all the people that were the Never Kamala people, because they didn't feel like how she was showing up for Palestine aligned with their ideals for it. Like for me, like there was a gentleman, I've actually think I've talked about him on here before. He's a lawyer. Um, I don't know how wealthy-ish, but wealthier than me. He was an employed lawyer, um, with a family and was going to be just fine no matter what happened with this presidential election. Like he had a lot of ideas and a lot to say, and he did. He was an active part of the activist community, which, is whatever. But we used to argue all the time because I would try to explain to him, like, while you're being so critical of Kamala, everyone that I love, everyone that I know, and everyone that I love will be in danger if Trump gets elected. Like every single person. And the Black community has always aligned, stood very closely beside the Palestinian community in terms of activism. Like all the way, but you can find Malcolm X speeches where he's advocating for Palestine. And I support Black and brown people all over the world. Like that, that's my shtick. That's who I am. That's what I do. With that being said, I understood, and I feel like the Black community as a whole understood for the most part that we would be in trouble under a Trump presidency. The LGBTQ communities, specifically trans communities, um, Black communities, and immigrant communities, lives would be in danger. And for me, and look at where we are. Like, look at the world. Like, we had this conversation, and everything that people made seem like was like not a real threat has come to fruition. They told us what they were going to do and then they did it. And I remember having so many debates with like super leftists about like how like by her Harris and Trump was basically like the same vote. No, the fuck it. Like I would rather be, if she is righter, closer to moderate of center, I would rather be having these arguments about getting her to lean lefter than be where we are today. And that's what I was saying then. And it certainly has rang true now. And so already seeing like the comments and the posts and videos popping up of people not wanting to be supportive of like whether it's Newsom, who clearly is not a great guy. I wouldn't date him. I'm certainly not going to invite him to Thanksgiving dinner. Like he's not invited to the barbecue. However, he has shown the tenacity to be able to take on Trump and not be afraid, which I think we need right now. So, whomever the Democratic candidate ends up being, they have my vote because at least people won't be getting round up and executed in the streets. Like, that matters to me and it matters to all the people that I love. And so, I think it's such a privileged point of view to be able to cherry pick, like, particular causes and make that the deal breaker and ignore all the other marginalized people who will suffer because of that, and it not matter, especially when it's the people who live here right in your own communities and are part of your own families. Like wild to me. So I've already seen those starting to come up. So when we get on the podcast, I definitely want to talk about that because like it blows me. Like we got so far right of center that I don't care if all we can do is get back to middle ground. So we're having like normal ass arguments with politicians, opposed to like not the kind that I think is going to end up looking like the Handmaid's Tale. Like I'll take that. I will take that today. I will take not the Handmaid's Tale,
Yeah.
and whatever happens to come with that.
Yes, I'll take not the Handmaid's Tale as well. Even if it is just the lesser of two evils.
And that's the conversation about like harm reduction. Like they want the harm reduction vote, but like harm for fucking who? I feel pretty damn harmed. Like when I have to have conversations with my children about like who they need to call if the people come to the door and get me, like when I and I'm not no kind of Puerto Rican. I am not of any Spanish descent. I am a black woman. When I have to have so it's not like it's an immigration issue. When I have to have those conversations about the work that I do, the activism that I participate in, the conversations that I have, the way that I present myself publicly in the world, I have to be worried about like making sure my kids have numbers to call and like an escape route if they got to get up on out of the state. Like harm reduction for who? Whose harm are we reducing? Not to
Yes.
mention the fact that in terms of Palestine, I feel like I don't know what she would have did in the White House, but it wouldn't have been this. It
Right.
wouldn't have been this. And so I can't help but think, even if you weren't happy with how she chose to handle it, if she got in the seat, it wouldn't have been this here or there. So I definitely want to talk about that when we get on the podcast.
I think we definitely can't ignore the elephants in the room of the Epstein list.
I've seen this. That was the other one
Is,
that I went off about this morning.
is we even allowed to say that on here?
I don't know. We're gonna have to put a big bleep over in the edit. We're gonna have to put a big bleep over our mouths when we say it.
Listen, the people just don't know how they did me over that meme.
I
And
would say
how
Meta already almost took you out. So
Meta said 30 days, you on our watch list. You cannot go live 30 days. Yo, they canceled me. All I did was share a meme. They really canceled me.
it wasn't
Let me
even
tell
his
you,
original
let
stuff.
me tell you how bad they canceled me though. They canceled me so bad that I couldn't even go live from the blackout account. Like I
But
switched
I
my
thought you
phone
got us
over and they
canceled
said,
too. That we
nope,
all
we
know.
got your IP address. Same one. Same one. No cut off.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, Mr. Douglas. It's over.
They said,
Yeah, that was another one that I saw too. I saw a post this morning while somebody complaining. Wait, let me get it right because I made a post about it and then people were not understanding what I was saying. Somebody was complaining because people were celebrating that the Obamas weren't on the list, weren't in the emails.
listen, they said no on the island. He wasn't on the list.
This person was complaining that Democrats were celebrating that he wasn't on the list. Now we're mad at him for not being on the list. Like
I'm
we're mad at people being
celebrating.
happy that he wasn't on the list. Like
You,
they help me explain it to me like I'm a 5 year old. Like I want to understand.
you know who else wasn't on the list? Trans people.
I don't see anybody trans. I ain't seen no drag queens on there. I ain't seen no trans people. I don't even know if I heard a queer person. Yeah, it might be some on there. I don't know
Oh, it's
everybody's
a
tea, so
couple.
it could be.
It's a couple on there. I think it's a political, openly gay political person on there. That's
That he was a Republican.
but he definitely wasn't what black. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna
Was
say.
there? Have we seen any black people on that
It
list
was.
yet?
The Jay Z and Beyonce was on there. I don't even know if
Oh,
we're allowed
Jay
to
Z,
say that.
right?
But they was on there. I don't know. I ain't get to read the files as
I
to
don't
how
think
they.
Beyonce was. I think it was just Jay Z.
No, no, she was. They had to list in alphabetical order. You scroll them
Oh,
pages,
Jesus,
she on there.
gotcha.
She on there. But my thing is, she might have just been mentioned. You know, she might
Hmm.
not have been on the island. We got to see. They just said, she
I
was
mean,
here.
no shade. They say just people be wanting. I love some Hove. Like I can't let like that. That was the music that formed my childhood. With that being said, they said that like in the Diddy pool, Jay Z was not far out of the pool. So
Mm,
that's what they say allegedly.
listen, rich people with money and nothing to do with it.
And that's the thing that I
Vampire
want people
nation.
so badly to understand is like there comes a certain point in time where in your mind, your class,
Overrides your race.
yeah. And I want people to get that. Like there are no
Yeah.
ethical billionaires. There
Oh,
are no ethical billionaires.
oh, but they black. Oh, okay. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. I mean, but that was a post I put up the other day too. Have you seen how many people Oprah's associated with that have been just like absolutely defamed? She was close friends with Weinstein, with Epstein, with Cosby, with Diddy. She was at all them damn white parties. With Deepak Chopra is all through them those
And
emails.
and
And
not deep. Ah. Oh.
Deepak is in there, and it was like they showed a timeline of like when. So like this is an interesting perspective to look through these files because I've seen people like break them down or whatever. When he actually got like when he got accused and when he got convicted prior to before, because I run with a lot of I've run in circles with people that years down the line I'd be like, ew, like I don't fuck with them no more because like I felt you don't know, so you can't hold it against people that weren't aware of what was happening. Everybody who he talked to and emailed with didn't know. Um, some might have been like actual legitimate business contacts and whatever, but they did it from when he actually got like arrested and the accusations came out. So like after that, you knew. Like it was worldwide news, so you knew, and who continued to communicate with him. And Deepak Chopra had like they said like thousands of emails with him after that point. And like, oh, did they drop the charges? Did they, did this person, rescind their whatever? Like he knew all the things. So like either Oprah has a very poor sense of discernment or something ain't right.
Oprah a
And maybe
billion.
both.
I mean, I don't know. Them and live in that guest house. That's all I'm gonna say. He probably living there for a reason too. So he like whatever come down on your address, don't
Ain't
come
got
down.
nothing to do with me. This is 134B, sis.
Right. Yeah. Crazy work.
So that's
But
crazy. I
yeah.
actually have been one of those people that have been like, what is the point of this? Not that exposing abuse and sexual assault isn't important, but just like they're not gonna do anything. So like who cares? Like y'all want this so bad. Like we already know who this man is. So like doesn't really matter to get more details. Like y'all know he said who he is. So like what is the purpose of this inquisition? But I think I might be wrong. Like this might be the thing that takes him out because these people are big mad.
Y'all see the videos of him and that doctor trying to buy cells and stuff from these black women at a bar. They
Wild.
asking them for like their period blood and they stem cells and asking them for like their eggs and stuff, like offering them money for it.
Did you see the email though, where he said that specifically he wanted no black women? Like this, being black, it might be the one time being black saved us from some shit. Because they were not looking for black girls on that island.
Not on the island. They didn't want him on the island. They want their melanin.
They wanted their melanin. Yes, because now I'm hearing all this stuff, which
They
sounds
want
like
their
some old crazy
blood.
science fiction stuff that he was like trying to live forever and do all kinds of, I don't know,
Cannibalism. They was eating people.
wild,
Telling you.
allegedly.
Nah, that ain't allegedly. I'm telling
For
you.
the purpose of this
Listen,
broadcast, it's
I'm gonna
alleged.
tell you this. History always repeats itself. So y'all go read The Delectable Negro.
That book is crazy. All right, so that was a lot. We about to hop off because that was just the splash. We have to save it for the podcast. But now you know what it's all going to be all about. So make sure you check us. We will share it. And if you have any comments or stuff you want us to talk about or stuff you want to throw in, please do.
Right. See y'all later. Listen in.